of Denmark is hosting the annual Food Waste Summit, Better Food for More People, in Copenhagen on August 29th and 30th, focusing on ensuring better food for more people. The summit is built around the Sustainable Development Goals, and participants are representatives from the food chain, farmers, food producers, thought leaders, chefs, political leaders, NGOs, global and local companies. And on that note, I will call on Shenggen Fan, Director General of ИФПРИ and 12.3 champion, to set the scene for us. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Joe. Good morning, everybody. It's really good to see such a big crowd here on the March 12th in the morning. I think March 12th is a special day for many of the people. I mean, in my own country, it's the so-called tree planting day. So you're supposed to plant maybe 5 to 10 trees somewhere, go outside to a little hill. And also it's a day that my university moved from one city to another, from Yangzhou to Nanjing. So that was many years ago. That was a day where we really celebrate the formal sort of it's a reform, or the start of the reform of the Chinese system, including education, health, many. And well, today, I think it's so great to see you all there. Initially, we were worried that such a special topic, if we maybe don't have many people in the room. But I'm so proud to see many of you here. So as Troels said, that I'm a champion of the 12.3 to reduce food waste and loss. I think really organized, hosted by WRI. So I really hope by the end of this event, all of you will become a champion, so not just me. So I'm very committed to do that. I hope you will be equally committed to that important cause. Why? Yes, we know that we are wasting 1.3, that's 1 billion tons of food every year. That's double the consumption of the Chinese total food consumption, annual food consumption. You can feed Africans probably 4 or 5 times per year, just using that 1.3 billion tons of food. Indian probably 3 times, 4 times a year. We also know that the 1/3 of food wasteful loss emits probably 8%, 9% of total greenhouse gas emission. That's almost 1/3 of the total agricultural, food, and the deforestation emission. And we also know that most of the food wasted and lost are nutritious, healthy foods. So we can cut down the food waste and loss by half from now to 2030. That is the 12.3 goal. So we can win on many things. Win on climate change, win on food and nutrition security, win economically. So maybe triple win or quadruple wins. So ИФПРИ did a study some years ago to use one of the so-called model to model the economic impact of reducing food waste and loss. So every $1 invested in reducing food waste and loss, you will have $17 in return. So huge, huge returns. So obviously, we still have a lot of things that we don't know. Yes, we know that food waste is 1/3. We can challenge that number. I know when FAO announced that number some years ago. It is true that, well, we do waste lots of food, whether it's 1/3, whether it's a quarter, whether it's 40%, it does not matter. The number is big. Another question is, where do we waste? I mean, we also know that in rich countries, we waste a lot of food. In poor countries, we lose a lot of food, even before, to our household, before our consumption. So that's something ИФПРИ is really working on, food loss. In fact, ИФПRИ launched several studies under Rob's division's leadership to track, measure where food loss happens. And then we can really target, we can optimize our resources to make sure that our investment has the highest returns. So WRI likes to show the killer chart. The killer chart. One chart can show you the big facts, big number that can really motivate our actions. I think I really point that. But this one, just to let you know that facts, the data, information are still very critical. We still don't know much about the loss, food loss part. So for example, some of the case studies from China, Ecuador, Ethiopia, Guatemala, Honduras, Peru will tell you, in fact, most of the food loss happens at farm, even before you move your food out of your farm. We already know probably 60–70% of the food. So that's where we really focus on. Yeah, we have to look at the whole value chain, production, let's say processing, transportation, retailing, wholesaling, household consumption, yes, the whole value chain. We must do that. But some of the case studies that shows that we already lost lots of food, even before we move the food outside the farm. So where do we target our resources? Can we improve technology, storage, or even harvesting, handling at household level, educate farmers, educate communities to really use their limited resources to tackle some of the biggest challenges we face. So I'm really looking forward to today's big debate. I'm pretty sure many others will give you good examples and probably the action you wanted to take. And I hope by the end of this conversation, it's not just you, your family, your network, your community will become a champion of reducing food waste and loss. This is such an important cause. We must all work together. Thank you.